Hi there, it's Marie, and this is Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario. Well, it's been 30 days since my carnivore journey has begun, and let's give you an update on how I'm feeling, the trials, the tribulations, the successes. I think it's a beautiful day, so why don't we go for a walk and talk about these things? Well, it definitely is a gorgeous day for a walk. The ice is starting to melt, so it's easier to walk through the bush here. But what I wanted to talk to you about is how it's been going. The hardest thing going carnivore on this journey of mine it's the social part. People judge you instantly. And it's funny because the more and more research I do, the more I learn. And it's hilarious because doctors, several doctors have said that during their training, they received a total of approximately 5 hours on nutrition. Most of their training is how to feed someone who is in the hospital recovering. So their IV solutions, how much protein they need to get in. But about nutrition and health, 5 hours total. That's incredible. Yet, family and friends know it all. They're like, oh, you can't do this. It's bad for your cholesterol. It's bad for your heart. You need vegetables. I don't know where they get their knowledge because obviously our medical doctors are not being trained. And the nutritionists, and remember, I do have a certification in nutrition when I got that from my personal training certification. You're basing your knowledge on the Canada Food Guide, US Food Guide, which is just basically dictated from somebody else. I think we need to learn for ourselves. I have one friend who was the most honest comment. She said she was concerned, but she trusted that I would do my research. That I respect. Everybody else who thinks they know it all, I have issues with. Okay, I'm almost tripping here, so I'm slowing down. I guess with all these rainstorms and windstorms, we had a couple of trees come down. This one actually landed a really good way. It'll be easy to clean up later for firewood. Well, that's the gist of basically the social aspect. I did go out for dinner one day with my girlfriend and a bunch of friends, and I gotta tell you, it's very expensive. Didn't eat anything. Very much catered to a carb diet. Lots of vegetables, grains, that kind of stuff. So didn't enjoy that day out, but live and learn. I will pick my outings a little bit more carefully. At home, not an issue. I just cook my meals, make sure that I have extra meats, and I'm good for myself. My family knows what I'm doing. There's no criticism. They really don't care. It's basically I'm the one who cooks. So as long as they get fed, they're happy. And I've had a lot of fun is trying new recipes and trying to share them with you because there's a lot out there that we can do and focus on meat-based products or animal-based products and still eat very comfortably. I've never been hungry. Never once been hungry. And I think we'll stop here and chat for a while. Find a rock to sit on, I think. Snow's kind of deep, so it does get a little exhausting walking in the bush this time of year when the snow is getting soft. But, so anyway, back on track. I get distracted easily when I'm in the bush. So yes, I've never been hungry. That's an important thing because with diets, you do limit stuff and then you feel hungry. And I'm not encountering that. This is not a diet at all. I'm not denying myself anything. I'm just selecting high nutrient-based foods, meats being one of them. I do have dairy, and as I go through, I find that more and more, I'm not going to crave as much dairy. If I get satiated with a good protein, like a good meat, I'm good. I'm not looking to have snacks. I find that eggs are a huge go-to for me. I've made myself some carnivore mayo, which is absolutely amazing, and I'll have to share that recipe with you. And a lot of other little things, and I've tried to share them. Like I said, I'm trying to put the recipes up on YouTube. I actually think of a lot more of them than I could record and share. Now, the other thing is, people talk about side effects. I don't call them side effects, because side effects is when you have a negative from something you're introducing or consuming. What I'm finding is you have withdrawal from carbs, oxalate dumping, but I haven't had a lot of those negatives. I think it's because, remember when I first started, I did ease in slowly by keeping an avocado as part of my dinner, and that was for the first week, and then I stopped that, and then I went completely animal based. So I didn't encounter the sudden carb withdrawals. I did not have headaches. I didn't have the diarrhea or constipation or the explosive poops people talk about. I go to the bathroom regularly, like I've always done. There's a lot less. When I do go to the bathroom, my bowel movements are normal, but less, which means I'm eating a higher nutrient food. My body is absorbing more. A lot of fiber and carbs, you literally just shit it out. So I'm not having that, and I'm not dealing with that part of it. So that's a positive. I am, like I said, no headaches. A lot of people talk about having cramps as they, I guess their muscles, they cramp up. And I haven't had that. The funny thing is, I've actually had the reverse. I would get leg cramps regularly during the night. Like my calves would cramp up so bad sometimes I'd have to get up, flatten my foot on a cold surface. And sometimes those cramps were so bad that the next day my legs would actually be sore. Well, the reason I think I'm not having those is I've introduced electrolytes. I'm doing the LMNTs, 1 packet a day. It's giving me all the electrolytes I need. Of course, I'm consuming lots of water to go with those electrolytes. And what I'm actually thinking is I'm putting electrolytes into my body that I've probably always needed. And I've had no leg cramps, not once, since I started this journey. So this is a good thing. Remember, LMNT does not sponsor me, but I do have a friend code, which I'm going to put in this video, and then I'll put it in the description box. And what this friend code is, basically, if you go and use it and go on their website to order these electrolytes, they'll offer you a free trial pack of 8 flavors. So you know what? It's a great thing for you to get introduced to it. So use it. Please do. It's a great offer. Now, what else did I want to talk to you about? I eat and I get satiated. So when I have a large piece of meat, and I'm not having huge amounts, I'm having like enough that I feel full. I eat, I feel full, and I stay full a lot longer. I'm not, in the morning when I get up, I don't feel hungry till pretty much almost noon. And I think if I was having a larger steak, let's say at dinner time, I would probably be okay to do like an intermittent fast that would take me to 2 p.m. I'm just eating until I'm full. I'm not overeating. I'm not undereating. I'm definitely not denying myself anything. So I feel satiated a lot, which means I don't feel like I need to snack. If I do feel like I need to snack, I've made myself some deviled eggs that I keep in the fridge, and I've made those with my carnivore mayo. Like I said, I'll share that recipe with you because it's fantastic. And I have those in the fridge. So if I do feel like a snack, I have that. Originally, I was thinking I'll have something like, a pepperette or a Jersey stick. but every single one that I found out there has tons of sugar, tons of chemicals, and usually fillers, some type of gluten. And the interesting thing is, if you do go for the pure meat ones, they're just outrageously expensive. And I am trying to stick on a budget. Like, I can't afford ribeye every day. So I am working with the meats I have. We do have, our freezers are full, so I'm trying to use that. I have picked up extra steaks just to have, and I try to get them when they're on sale. I found a bison meat supplier in Northern Ontario, so I got some meat from them. I got some steaks, some grounds, some patties. Made that one day. It was really delicious, and I know that I could resource them. It's local. They're, grass-fed, grass-finished, perfect, exactly what you want. And I've also found a source for from a Mennonite farm. Again, grass-fed, grass-finished beef. That's a great thing to have as well. So I'd rather just buy what I'm going to eat instead of, let's say, a quarter cow or half a cow. Grocery store meats, I'm going to try to only buy them when I need to, based on, of course, affordability. Bacon, I get my bacon at Costco because they have a pretty good deal on a 4-pack. So I'm going to keep going. I am gone for a few weeks. I'm going to Egypt, as I've mentioned before. And originally I had said that I was going to stick to the carnivore diet. Then I thought about it and thought, now I need to experience the food there. As I'm thinking about it more, I'm actually really enjoying the way I feel right now. I'm sleeping really well. The inflammation in my body is going down. I have lost 10 pounds and 2 inches on my waist, and that wasn't my primary goal, but that has happened. So I think what I'll do is I will taste all the foods of Egypt, and then when we stop in Rome on the way home, we'll taste foods there. But I'm still going to mainly focus on the meats. That'll be my primary goal. I will deviate a bit, but not go crazy. I don't want to have to detox again. My body's feeling good. I don't know if I'm in ketosis because I'm not an expert at this and I haven't measured my ketone levels, but I know that I'm feeling well, I'm eating well, so it's working well. There was another topic I wanted to mention, to some videos in the description box about how plants are not necessarily your friends. Many vegans, lifetime vegans, many-year vegans have turned around and gone to carnivore. That says something, and they're now feeling well. It's up to everybody's own decision on how they go through this journey. I did have a friend mention to me something very, very interesting and factual. When I was mentioning about going to Egypt, she goes, the pharaohs used to eat meats, and the slaves were given grains because that's what they fed the animals. And that's a fact. So for so many years in our history, the meat eaters are the ones who are in a better situation. Grains and legumes tend to be for the poor. Basically, you're eating the crops that were introduced over the years for, farming, really. It's interesting that I read one study that said the beans and rice of South America and the poorer countries are basically the KFC and the Kellogg's of North America. The North American diet is awful. People really, really have to look at it. Your cereals that are apparently fortified, if you read the ingredient list, stay the hell away from those products. They're a danger to our health. And you can choose and select what you put into your body and how basically nutrients-dense foods will make you feel better. I may introduce vegetables into my diet as we get a garden in the summer, but I will be introducing low oxalate type of vegetables. After I've learned about oxalates, I am very aware of where to stay away from. You know, those dark green leafy vegetables that they've told us for years are great, and they're actually very hard on the body. Probably where I got my kidney stone from was eating spinach salads regularly. So I will stay away from those type of vegetables, and I will look and research anything that I want to reintroduce into my diet more carefully. What I'm thinking would work well for me, and everything is going to be altered and adjusted as I see fit. But what I think may work for me is do more of a full carnivore over the winter months when we don't have greens in our area, but we've stocked our freezers with meats. And in the summer when I have a garden, grow more of the low oxalate foods to add to my diet. Fruits and so forth, as long as they're local and we're not getting tons of chemicals on them. I may have some here and there, but I'm going to limit. I'm definitely gonna limit the fruits. I've never been a huge fruit eater anyway, but I don't need those sugars. Berries, they fall under a different category. So again, I'll research before I reintroduce them. And this is where I'm at. I'm just going to show you my stepping on the scale. Remember, it's that's not my goal, but I do want to show you where I'm at. And so far there's progress. My inflammation has gone down in my knees and in my ankles. Had a terrible few days when we had a huge rain and snowfall. But yesterday, I'm feeling very, very well. And I was hoping my knees would feel better because I'm going to be doing a lot of walking in Egypt. So I definitely want to enjoy my trip. But that's where I'm at. And I really appreciate you following me along. And I appreciate all the comments people have put in because I do read them and I take them to heart. So for now, going to invite you to go out and live your best life. And I'm just going to show you what the scale looks like. Choosing my stats because it has my age and my height in there already. And we are at 48.8. That's almost 10 pounds down. 40.1 body percent and 26.4 BMI. Now, many say don't use the BMI as your indicator, but more your height and weight ratio. And my waist has gone down by 3 inches.